This video was recorded by a passenger on the MV Tricia Kirsten 3. The ferry had been traveling for a few hours after departing Zamboanga City in southern Philippines on Sunday night, when survivors say it suddenly tilted. Before they knew it, they were hanging on for life, floating in the dark. Search and rescue teams from the Philippine Coast Guard, the Navy, and local governments reached the scene after midnight and managed to rescue most of the nearly 360 people on board. But bodies were also pulled from the water, in hope of finding survivors faded as the hours passed.
The search and rescue operation is ongoing, but what I can say is the ship is not overloaded. It has a maximum passenger capacity of 350, and the actual passengers on board as declared by the master is 332. The Coast Guard has immediately acted on it as soon as we received the distress call from the Sea Marshal on board.
It was the third major distress call to the country's Coast Guard in over a week. The Philippines, an archipelago with more than 7,000 islands, is no stranger to maritime accidents. Just days before the cargo and passenger ferry sunk early on Monday morning, another cargo ship capsized in the South China Sea, and 15 sailors who survived that incident had arrived here at this port inside the Philippine Coast Guard headquarters as news came in of the ferry sinking in the southern Philippines. Chinese Coast Guard personnel had rescued the Filipino crew and handed them over to Philippine authorities in a rare instance of cooperation between the two nations in disputed waters.
At nighttime, I seen a Coast Guard that is moving around the area, and that is why at that time I'm telling myself that no, I will not die at this time. I will survive.
Two of his colleagues weren't as fortunate. They returned to the Philippines in body bags. Passengers of a motorboat that sunk off Davao City last week have also been found dead. And the fear is that missing passengers of the sunken ferry could suffer the same fate. Barnaby, Al Jazeera, Manila.
Don't miss out. Get the full picture. Subscribe to Al Jazeera for reliable news, expert insight. Like, share, stay ahead.